What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for PlayPicks.com, joined by Matt Peralt. We are coming to you on Super Bowl week here, talking in this particular video about how the Rams could get it done against the Patriots. Of course, we have a video out. If you are leaning towards the Patriots, we have a video of how the Patriots could get it done against this Rams team right here. We'll coming at you later in the week with all kinds of stuff here, a complete breakdown of the over-under. If you're looking at betting the total on this thing, then we'll have all of our thoughts. Brett will join us as well, all of our thoughts on the game and breaking that thing down top to bottom. And we even have it live stream for you on Sunday morning. So be sure, subscribe to the channel down below, hit the subscribe button. You got us to nearly 1,200 subscribers. We need to get over 1,200 subscribers. So go ahead and do that for us and talk to us in the comments, give us a thumbs up, do all the different things like that. Mr. Peralt, we talked about the Patriots here. Now let's talk about this 2018-2019 Rams team, 9-7-2 against the spread, getting just 20% of the tickets and only 20% of the money. As we said on Tuesday, of course, we expect that this number will creep up as people start to make their way to Vegas, as some people start to make their way down to Jersey, as people make their way into Mississippi and whatnot to place their bets, even Pennsylvania with their books that are open now. But as we record this, only about 20% of the bets and 20% of the money.
Well, what we know is this, because we saw it earlier this week when the South Point decided, or actually late last week, the South Point here in Las Vegas went for 17 minutes, became the only book in the country at +3. And for 17 minutes, they took nothing but 100% Ram money. And it came pouring in to the point where they had to pull it back down. We've seen some other sites, also some global sports books, go to 3. Bet heavy have come back down to 2.5. So essentially, whenever a book wants Rams money, go to 3 and they're going to get it. So if you do like the Rams here in this game, you may want to wait a little while until the consensus number goes to 3. And then you have the key number of +3. And given the way the Patriots and how their games have gone historically in the Super Bowl, getting that 3-point cushion could be really big.
So as you see right here on PlayPicks homepage, guys, we'll have all kinds of stuff going on throughout the week over there as well. We already have an article up on the prop bets in the game. If you want to go to the lines, all kinds of things that are tracking over there as well. Of course, the how to bet on the Super Bowl. If you're a noob, of course, be sure and check this out. All the different ways to do that. Super Bowl line, how that thing is, like you just mentioned, juggling back and forth between 3 and 2.5, even 2. As we see, we'll look at DraftKings right here. You see the lines in this game. +2.5 right now on the Rams over here at DraftKings. But over here on the FanDuel, only +2. So, of course, you are going to want to head elsewhere other than FanDuel if you want this Rams team. BetStars currently at 2.5 as well, as you see right here. And over at Caesars Online, we have them at 2.5 as well. -110 at Caesars, -105 actually over at BetStars if you want to get it there. And then over at DraftKings, -106 on the +205. With this Rams team, getting +115 return on the money line at DraftKings, 116 over at FanDuel. You're getting a return of 125 actually on this money line here with the Rams over at BetStars. And if you want to go, if you're at Caesars, 125 as well over there. So let's talk a little bit about this team. Third in pace. So we got two teams in this game that like to kind of play with a little bit of pace here. Second in points per game. We talked about a lot of points being scored as well on the Patriots side of the ball. Average 32.9 points per game, this Rams team. I mean, I think one of the things that certainly could come into effect here is that, you know, for the majority, well, a little bit over half the season, they did have Cooper Kupp involved. This was a guy that Jared Goff looked for early and often in the red zone, and certainly even whenever they got in close to the goal line as well. Of course, goes down with a season-ending injury, no longer there. Jared Goff does not have that safety valve that he had for at least half the season this year.
No, it does make Todd Gurley's ability to catch the ball out of the backfield that much more important for this football game. And the question that we all had in the NFC Championship game was, okay, is Todd Gurley healthy? Because he was not being used the way they had used him in the past. Everyone's saying that Gurley is 100% healthy. And if that's the case, that's great news for the Rams, because there needs to be that outlet. There needs to be that, release valve if there's pressure, if there's a blitz coming. The Patriots showed a lot of pressure against the Chiefs, trying to make Patrick Mahomes make mistakes. Same thing may happen here at Jared Goff. The back's got to catch the football coming out of the backfield, and Gurley's got to be a big weapon.
Absolutely. You see right here on DraftKings, guys, and if you are in and or around that New Jersey area, you're going to want to click the link in the description down below. The best bonus that you are going to see anywhere, anytime, anyway, it goes away on Super Bowl Sunday. You deposit $5, you get 10 $10 bets for free after you deposit $5. So $100 in free bets for just depositing $5 in your account. So be sure, click that link below, take advantage of it because it does go away on Super Bowl Sunday. You don't want to let that one get away. $100 in free bets is pretty awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, please.
Another one of these teams, seventh in time of possession, another ball hogging team. Again, a team that I think that people have this thought that maybe this is, with all these flashy receivers in Robert Woods, and we just mentioned Cooper Kupp, who they did have for the majority of the season. Then you also have Brandon Cooks there as well. But this is a team that is third in total rush yards, fourth in rush yards per attempt, and fourth in total rush attempts. So again, like the Patriots, it's a team that I guess you don't really realize that is as run heavy as they are.
It's true. And it's really interesting to watch how the Rams and how their games have gone, because when they have lost, they really have struggled to run the football and, for that matter, score any points. I guess the one exception being the Saints game where they scored 35 and lost. But this is a team that needs Todd Gurley to set up everything else, to go play action, to set up the deep ball, to allow some of those linebackers who want to creep up to throw over the top and give passing lanes for a young quarterback who is just in his third year coming through. So, the running attack for the Rams sets up everything else. And if that's not working, that could be bad news. But luckily they're playing a team in the Patriots who, their defense not very good. They give up a ton of yards, and running the football is one place where you can really gash this Patriots defense.
Yeah, slower linebackers as well. So you mentioned utilizing the backs out of the backfield in the passing game and things like that certainly should play in the Rams' advantage as well, because these are guys that, Todd Gurley should have the advantage on pretty much every matchup that he has with the linebackers there. This team was obviously an offensive juggernaut throughout the season. First in total yards, averaged 421.1 yards per game. This was a team that we talked about the rushing attempts, but even in the pass attempts, fifth in total pass yards, third in pass yards per attempt. So you can see that when they did decide to pass the ball, they were very efficient in passing the ball. Jared Goff, of course, caught a lot of flack in that, I think, towards the latter half of the season. But really and truly, the numbers don't lie here. While the offense certainly took a step back with the loss of Cooper Kupp, it's not one of these things where, wow, this offense just totally fell off a cliff here. Jared Goff kind of quietly had a pretty solid season.
He was tremendous. I mean, the whole body of work is really good. The question is how he finished the regular season, and people were concerned that the numbers without Cooper Kupp dropped off a little bit. But then come the playoffs, look, he's been solid. He is a guy right now where Sean McVay has a ton of confidence in him to make the right read, make the right throw. He can make all the throw. He's got a bigger arm. Cooper, in terms of where they are in their careers, look at where Jared Goff is as a passer to where Tom Brady was as a passer. Totally different situation. Jared Goff right now is one of the best young quarterbacks in the game, and you can make a case he's one of the top 15 best quarterbacks in the game, period. So the Patriots are going to have their hands full, not just with the running attack, but with the passing attack in Goff.
Yeah, and one of the things that really stuck out for this offense as I was kind of like looking into this game, they converted 45% of their third down attempts so far in 2018-2019. That's fifth best in the league. If you can't get this team off of the field, this is going to be the biggest thing about this Patriots defense is, can you get this offense off the field? They were very, very good in continuing to move the chains. And if that is the case, you could see a situation here starting to brew where Todd Gurley gets rolling a little bit. Then they are able to kind of open up some of those different things that they want to do with some downfield passes. And then maybe you start to see this game really shift, the momentum kind of shift in the favor of the Rams here. So I think that both teams are going to want to play kind of ball control football here. And I think whichever team comes out ahead is going to be the team that really takes control of this game.
Yeah, and one thing to watch, too, the Patriots like to defer always to start the game. So if they win the coin flip, they're going to defer to the second half. That means the Rams get the ball first. The Patriots playing from behind in this game, though, could be a real problem for them. And if their defense gives up, an opening drive touchdown, and it's 7-0, and then maybe a 3-and-out, and it goes to 10-0. All of a sudden, Brady's having to throw the football a ton, and they don't have anybody on the outside the numbers. Josh Gordon's not available, obviously,
right.
Suspended. that could be a problem for this team. I mean, that really could be an issue. The Rams could grab a hold of the game by the throat and really dictate what happens.
So looking here at the offensive line, another stellar offensive line here that listen, we talked about how good the offensive line has been for the Patriots over the latter half of the season. Overall, for this entire season, first rated run blocking unit in the entire NFL, the 8th best pass rated unit in the entire NFL. So this offensive line has been getting it done for this Rams team all year long. And one of the other deficiencies that we certainly see on the Patriots side of the ball is they just do not get after the quarterback very well. And so that's going to play a pretty big role in this when you look, because Jared Goff, actually one of the very worst quarterbacks in the league under pressure. His quarterback rating is 59.2 when he is under pressure. Completed just 68 of 157 pressured attempts in this NFL season. That was 32nd out of 38 qualified quarterbacks. So big advantage here for this Rams team, because when Jared Goff is under pressure, he is not very good, but this Patriots defense is not built on pressuring the quarterback.
And that's why blitzes were going to be a big key here. If the Patriots can get home on blitzes, it's going to be bad. Look, Jared Goff's going to have to beat the Patriots. And if he plays up to his ability and he plays a solid 4 quarters of football, the Rams should win this game. I mean, I really think the Patriots are going to sell out. They're going to blitz like crazy. They're going to stop the run and try to make Jared Goff make mistakes. If he doesn't, the Patriots may give up 40 points like they did last year.
On the defensive side of the ball, 19th overall DVOA, but 3rd overall by Pro Football Focus, who really looks at every single play as opposed to just kind of the different metrics here. They give it 24 points per game. That was in the bottom half of the league. But when you kind of look at how this defense is really built around this coverage unit and the pass rush, and if you look at those guys that are the big uglies down there, if they are able to get home on Tom Brady, of course, Tom Brady, not the fleetest of foot these days, certainly not a guy that is going to be avoiding some of these pass rushes like you've seen, throughout the league. It's just, the Mahomes of the world and the guys that are able to just do this Houdini act and get out of the pocket. That's not going to be Tom Brady. So if the big strength of this defense being, their pass rush and their pass coverage, if those guys can hold the receivers long enough for these guys to get home, could be a long, long day for Tom Brady and them.
Well, look, Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in the league. If he
we've ever seen. I mean, this guy could get close to godlike status for us.
And the one thing with the Patriots is pressure up the middle is a problem for Brady. If you have a guy on the edge rusher, a JJ Watt type coming off the edge, Patriots can just block you to the outside. Brady feels that pressure and steps up. Where he can't step up is when Aaron Donald's coming at him on a bull rush. And if that guy is beating double teams and getting into the backfield, you're absolutely right. Tom Brady may have a really rough time of it.
So if you want to bet this Rams team here, as you mentioned, if you want to take advantage of the 3 number, then you're certainly going to want to, I think you hold out a little bit. I believe that, there's going to be some people from LA that are going to drive over to Las Vegas. I don't know if you guys know or not, but there's a lot of rich people that live in LA. So there's going to be people who come over and put some money on this Rams team who they just found out that they had a team 3 weeks ago. But yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those scenarios where I believe that this line will toggle back and forth several times between 3 and 2.5 as that money comes in. So if you want the number there, for sure. If you want to bet the money line, I think you probably go ahead and do it now. I don't see it getting really any better for you. A lot of casual bettors really like to get that plus money. They like to lay down less money than they would get in return. Don't like to put down, right now, Patriots, as you see on your screen right here, are 133 over at BetStars, over here at DraftKings, they're 134. So they don't want to have to put the 134 on the counter knowing they're only going to get 100 back. They like to put the 100 down knowing they're going to get the 115 or the 120 or the 125 back. And so I don't see this money line getting any better for you, Mr. Peralt. So I think if you want to bet the Rams in that scenario, I think that's kind of how you go about it.
Yeah, and look, I think this line's going to be universally 3 at kick. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to see a lot even more Patriot money is going to come in, but I think the books are going to want to kind of even up their liability on New England, and they're going to go to 3 and let the Rams money just pour in. And I think on Thursday and on Friday, on Saturday, I had somebody tell me that don't be surprised if it doesn't go to 3.5, that it could be Rams plus 3.5, because some books are going to want to steal some of the Ram action. If they're not seeing it, they're not seeing as much Rams money as they want. They'll be the only one or the first one to go to 3.5 and just watch all the Rams money come pouring in. to even up their liability. So definitely be watching the lines here. If you like the Rams with the points, laying the point or taking the points, you've got to wait a little bit and just be a little bit creative on how closely you're monitoring your favorite book and jump on the best number that you see.
And as we close out here, guys, again, if you're wanting to bet the Rams here, I think the key to success here, one, is going to be definitely keeping Jared Goff upright, keeping clean pocket. He is a pretty accurate passer whenever you have a clean pocket here, and one of the worst in the entire league whenever you have a bunch of pressure in his face. So what you're going to want to do there, you're going to have to take advantage of Todd Gurley versus this kind of slower linebacking core of this Patriots defense. I think this is a very, very key thing. You're going to see the Patriots probably try to do that to the Rams as well to keep those pass rushers at bay. I think that the Rams are going to have to give it right back to the Patriots. Take advantage of some of these check downs, some of the things underneath, and take advantage of their speed. I believe that this is going to be, like you mentioned, Matt, I believe that this could be a Rams game here if they can keep the ball for longer than the Patriots keep the ball. The Patriots like to play that keep away offense. They like to keep the ball in their possession, not give the ball to this, high flying, super electric offense that we see with this Rams team. I think if the Rams play ball control, keep moving the chains, as we mentioned, one of the better third down teams in all of the football, then I think this could be the Rams game.
And also, I think you have to look at the fact that the Patriots, if at the end of the game, if it's a 27-24 lead for New England and Jared Goff's got the football, the Patriots defense is not stopping anybody in the fourth quarter. And that's a big key. Whoever has the ball last might wind up winning this game. And look, Jared Goff is young, but we've seen him with game-winning drives. We've seen him put together, fourth quarter comebacks. I think the Patriots want to have Tom Brady on the field with the football, like what happened in overtime against the Chiefs. If it's the other way around and it's Jared Goff with the football going down the field, that's going to be a good situation for Rams bettors.
And we cannot discount Greg the Leg either. Goes out there and blasts a 57-yard field goal that looked like it would have been good from 75. And I'm not saying that to exaggerate. It literally looked like it would have been good from 75 yards. I mean, it hit halfway up the net from 57 yards out. So certainly if this comes down to a tie game situation late, they are not afraid to trot him out there and have him blast one from midfield. So another big advantage there on the Rams side of the ball. But Matt, this is it. This is the week. This is what we've all been waiting for. Tons and tons of content on this channel, guys. Please hit that subscribe button down below. Give us a like. Talk to us in the comments. Let us know what you want us to hit on some of these other videos we're going to be doing throughout the week. And again, playpicks.com/bonus. Take advantage of all the things that we have going. Huge DraftKings bonus, a big FanDuel bonus coming later in the week as well. Certainly want to take advantage of all of those things. $100 in free bets over at DraftKings. You just cannot beat that. So definitely do that. For Matt Perrault, I'm Matt Brown. Stick around this channel. We'll be back later in the week.